builders or people who are thinking about building a doTERRA business and don't know how to get started or what to do. So it's going to take about, we'll run through about 30 minutes, I suppose. And then if anyone's got any questions at the end, just type them into the typing screen off on the side, or you can take yourself off mute as well and ask any questions that you have. So we'll get started straight away. I think we've only got one online at the moment, but that's all right. I think I'm recording. Yep. So anyone else can come back and listen to this later on as well.
So
okay.
Share the screen.
I'll share screen. What do I do? Oh, share screen here. PowerPoint. Oh, don't know what happened there. Sorry, I'm a bit new at this. Yep, that one. Okay, can you see that? So it says, who are Darren and Jess? Can you see that, Del?
Yep.
Yep, okay, cool. Okay, let's get this thing rolling. Sorry about the technical glitches at the start.
That's okay.
Okay, so I guess just to give you a bit of a background, we started with doTERRA, just started with doTERRA probably a couple of years ago. I saw this stuff in the bathroom one day that had this doTERRA name written on the spray bottle and wondered what it was. I didn't use it at all. Just started using it in the bathrooms and around the house. So we're just a normal family. We've got 3 young kids. Eldest is the youngest is just going to bed now. She's 2 and the eldest is 8, and we've got Charlotte that's 6 as well. So just a normal family. We both work full time, although Jess has been on maternity leave for a little while, but she's back at work now. Just like any other family, we don't have a lot of time in our lives. But we started this doTERRA thing seriously in April this year. I can remember Jess saying to me one day, there was this business opportunity with doTERRA that would, this spray stuff that we'd been using around the house. What do you think about it? And we sort of sat down and she gave me a 5-minute intro into doTERRA and what it was. And I said, yeah, look, sure, let's give it a roll. I guess the beauty with doTERRA is that it's quite cheap and easy to get started, and you can run the business exactly the way you want to run it. So because we're quite a busy family, I work 5 days a week, Jess works a couple of days a week as well, running kids to school and around the place, we don't have a whole lot of time that we can spend on setting up a business. So we thought, we'll just give it a crack. We'll put into it whatever time we can and see where it goes. So we're actually on holidays at the time. So we went down to a little place called Red Rock. We got a sign made up the day before we went there, just put it outside the front of the house, just set up a Facebook page and away it went. So Jess has got a medical background. She's a radiographer at the local hospital here. So she's seen, what hospitals and normal sort of medicine should do for people. I guess at home we run a fairly healthy lifestyle. We cook a lot of our own food from scratch. We try not to buy pre-packaged, pre-bottled food from Woolworths anymore, although we used to. Back when we were young and single, we used to buy the packet noodles and packet sauce for chicken and just chop the chicken up, chuck the packet sauce in, and away you went. And I guess looking back at it now, who knows what sort of chemicals were in that sort of stuff. But now, we've got a pretty good veggie garden at home, so we cook a lot of our own veggies, buy veggies from the farmers markets. don't go sort of too overboard, but we cook a lot of stuff from scratch, so you know exactly what's in it. It's not fancy food or anything, but just normal food. And I guess we're just a bit concerned about what the kids are eating and what we're eating as well, and want a healthy lifestyle for everyone. Okay, now So I guess when you're starting with your doTERRA business, you need to ask yourself, what is your why? So why are you here? Why are you here today? Why are you interested in building a doTERRA business? Everyone's got their own reasons, and it's all. I think it's a good idea to write down why you're doing this. Everyone's got their own interests and beliefs. Some people might be here just to help people in health and well-being, or even help themselves in health and well-being. Other people might think, oh yeah, it'd be really cool if I could earn some free oils, and that's as far as they want to go. Other people might think, oh yeah, if I can supplement my income, that'd be great. I still love my job, but I just want a little bit more play money for the weekends or to go on holidays with every now and again. Other people might, really hate their job and want to go on and replace their current income. So build a little business with doTERRA on the side and get to a point where they can quit their other job and run a doTERRA business full time. Other people might want to run two businesses side by side. So obviously you can still work your own job and work your doTERRA job at the same time. And other people might want to go all out and achieve financial abundance. So I put the underline under the word abundance. There is a fantastic opportunity here to earn as much money as you want. We know quite a few people in this business that are achieving multiple hundreds of thousands of dollars from this business. And they haven't been working with doTERRA for 10 years or anything like that. They've only been around for a couple of years, and that opportunity is still there for anyone who wants to do that as well. So I guess once you've written down your why and you've worked out why you're here, then you need to work out how you're going to make your why happen. So your why won't actually fall in your lap with doTERRA. It's not the sort of business or company that they're just going to hand you heaps and heaps of money on your plate, or you're not going to get free oils just by hanging around. You've actually got to do something and work at it to get there. And there's a good analogy that's been thrown around, and you'll read this through doTERRA's build guideline as well. It's about don't haul buckets, but build a pipeline. So the don't haul buckets, build a pipeline theory is based around just an analogy of a guy. He lives in a village somewhere. They don't have any cars, and they have to walk 5 kilometres a day, for example, to go and get their water. So everyone in the village walks the 5 kilometres down to the well every day, fills their bucket up, and walks back to the village, and they use their water for whatever. And they spend all their day walking backwards and forwards just to get this water to survive. But one guy had a bit of ingenuity one day, and he decided that he was going to build a pipeline. So the pipeline is your doTERRA business. So while he was hauling buckets every day, he worked extra hard. So he still had to bring the water back to the village every day. But in his spare time, he started to build a pipeline from the well back to the village. So this took him a long time. Who knows how long it took him. But he put in the hard yards, and then eventually, once his pipeline had been built, he turned on the tap and no longer had to walk down to the well every day. He was able to just sit in the village, turn on the tap, and everyone paid him for his water. So I guess that's what starting a doTERRA business up is like. Yes, you've got to work hard initially. Everyone can work at it at any rate that they want to. You don't have to slave your guts out night and day. You can go at it slow, you can go at it fast, but I guess the harder you work, the faster you build your pipeline. And then when you turn the tap on, which is later on down the line with your doTERRA business, you reap the rewards. Makes it sound like it's very difficult, but it's certainly not. So yes, you have to work hard in the beginning, but I guess the first thing you must do is set goals. Okay, it's nice to have this goal of out in the future having this pipeline turned on, but you need to set yourself some goals along the way, and not just one goal as well. You want to set yourself some goals, sort of 1 month out, 3 months out, 6 months, 12 months, maybe 1, 2, and even 5 years out, so that you know where you're going to get to and what it's going to look like. We've got some new people just joined us. Hi everyone. I'll just get you to mute yourselves, or I'll try and mute you from here just so that I can't hear all the background noise. That's all right. I think we're good now. Sorry, I'll just go back. Yeah, so when you're setting goals, there must be SMART goals as well. So they should be specific. Specific means that you'll reach a certain rank in doTERRA. So, you might set yourself a goal of being a gold leader in doTERRA. They must be measurable. So you've got to know how you're going to reach that goal. They've also got to be attainable. So don't set yourself a goal to be a rocket scientist when there's no possible way that you're ever going to get there. So it's got to be attainable and realistic. And the last one is timely. So you've got to you've got to set a deadline for your goals. So there's no good setting yourself a goal of being a gold leader in doTERRA, but not setting a deadline, because you've got nothing to work towards. Sorry, I'm just scrolling down here. Now, you set the targets and goals with doTERRA. It's your business. Whatever speed you want to build your doTERRA business is completely up to you. doTERRA don't dictate anything to you. We don't have any contact with doTERRA at all. We can have a week off if we want to. We can work really hard the next week if we want to. It's completely up to you. Which I guess is the beauty of doTERRA, because everyone's got different needs and different amount of time available. So yeah, it's completely up to you.
Thanks. See ya. Hi.
Hi, how you going?
Good, thanks. I'm Fran.
G'day, Fran. I'm Darren.
Hi, Darren. I saw you last night. You look good.
Oh, thanks.
Was that last night?
Oh,
you had the Wallabies Guernsey on?
Oh, yes. Yeah, that was me making my pace before the game.
You inspired us. Thank you.
That's all right. I'll just mute you, Fran. But I was saying to others, if you've got any questions at the end, just you can fire them away or type them into the text bar, whatever you like.
Fantastic. Cool.
Yeah. There we go. So as far as setting goals, I guess the reason for setting goals is there was a study done back in 1979 at the Harvard Business School for their MBA program, and 84% of people in the program back then didn't have any goals. 3% had clear written goals, and the rest had, I guess, some goals in their head, but they weren't too serious about them. Now, 10 years after that study was done, they went back to the same Harvard students after they'd left uni and gone out in the workplace. And the 3% that had those goals written down and clear written goals were earning 10 times the amount of money that the other 97% of people in the course combined. So I guess that's a fairly good reason to have some goals written down. We've got ours written down on a whiteboard just near the front door. So that every time we walk past them, in and out the door, don't necessarily look at them all the time, but they're there, and it just reminds us of what our goals are and what we want to achieve. And as I was saying, you've got to set your goals out at not just an ultimate goal at the end. You want some goals along the way as well. So we've got a 3-month goal, a 6-month goal, a 12-month, and then a 5-year. Okay. Oops. Okay, so when you start your doTERRA business, what you're going to do is start by sharing. Sorry, I'm just getting a bit of feedback there. Oops. Sorry, I'll just go back. I'm lost my place here. So when you experience something wonderful that's made a difference in your life, you naturally want to share it with your friends and family. And that's, I guess, where most people start with doTERRA. They buy these oils, they start using them themselves and think, wow, they're amazing. Who can I tell about them, and who can benefit from these things? So as I said, the beauty of doTERRA is you can start your business as small as you like, or as big as you like. You don't have to jump in boots and all. You might not feel comfortable in the beginning. A lot of people don't want to get in and start doing workshops straight away. Particularly Jess. When Jess started, she certainly wasn't thinking of standing up in front of people doing workshops, doing Zoom meetings or anything that she does now. She was definitely not confident in that sort of thing. But the confidence starts to come. You start sharing one-on-one, and then you might have a little workshop for 1 or 2 people or your friends, and then you can build your confidence that way. So how do you start sharing? The first thing you need to do is start to make a list of people who you'd like to share your oils with or your experiences with. You can start small, start a list of 20 people. These lists are available through the doTERRA build guide, which you can find online at sharesuccess.com.au, I think it is. Or you can write down a piece of paper, whatever you like. But you need to start making a list of people who you want to reach out to. Remember that anyone you share with opens your access to potentially another 50 to 100 people. So if you contact someone on your list, they've obviously got a friend network that's potentially outside of your friends network. So every time you share with that person and they have a good experience, they can potentially share their good experience with their network of people as well. Now, most people have got, say, 50 to 100 friends that they would be able to contact quite easily or regularly, or would have common contact details. So they would have your contact details, or you would have theirs. So that's the way of building your network. I guess to start with, you can share one-on-one. That's in most people's comfort zone. And that might be having a coffee, a meeting in the park, a barbecue with friends, at work. It can be anywhere. It doesn't have to be formal. You might be at work over the coffee machine and just mentioning that, I've got these oils and had this amazing success with them. Then you can jump into starting a workshop, hosting a workshop. If you're not comfortable doing this to start with, you can get your leaders to help. Reach out to us. We can certainly help. Jess is an expert at running workshops now. She can tell you what works and what doesn't work. We've certainly found out that on the hard way along the way. But look, it's just a matter of trying different things as well. Yeah, and if you're part of another team as well, yeah, that's right. Reach out to your leaders in another team. So it doesn't have to be the person that's immediately above you in your tree. It can be someone further up the tree. Just reach out to anyone and everyone. doTERRA is such an amazing company, and they've got this amazing culture of people that everyone's there to help everyone. It's not a dog-eat-dog world. We've got people people above us that we reach out to and talk to, and they help us along the way. And they're not necessarily in our team either. People in different teams are more than happy in doTERRA to reach out and help everyone. So don't be afraid to ask for help if you're not sure of what you're doing or what to do next. So once there's an interest level, you can ask your friends if they'd host a workshop for you as well. That's the best way to get your workshops going. Anyone that you've shared with, get them to reach out to their friends. It's always good to get a few people to a workshop. It feels a little bit of a letdown sometimes if you turn up to a workshop and there's only one person there. So don't be afraid to reach out to quite a few people. People cancel at the last minute for whatever reasons. So yeah, just reach out to as many people as you can. And it doesn't need to be salesy either. The beauty of the doTERRA product is that it's a fantastic product, and you don't need to push it onto people or sell it to people. So a lot of people think, oh yeah, this multi-level marketing, I've got to go out there and sell. It's certainly not like that at all. And I guess with Jess's workshops or our workshops, one of the first things we do is we go into the workshop, you get everyone settled down and comfortable, and then we just let them know that, you know, it's not like the old vacuum cleaner or the Tupperware party where you get to the end and then it feels all horrible where you've got to feel like you've got to buy something. We just let everyone know that we're just there to share things with people. That way, you sort of see the relief on their face immediately, and they tend to settle in and enjoy themselves much more when they know that there's not going to be a hard sell right at the end. You know, we've all had someone that what was it, Tupperware or Amway or something like that, and they come around and run a workshop at home, and you think, oh yeah, you know, you're just sitting through the whole thing waiting for the big hard sell. So when we get to the end of our workshops, people have seen the product, they know what it's all about. If they want to buy something, they'll come to you and ask about it. If they don't, it's not a problem. We don't make it a big issue. It's just all about learning and sharing experiences. So when you get started with doTERRA, you can certainly earn free product or commissions off your products. So as your friends and family or their friends and family want to join up with doTERRA, they join up under you. So it is a tree-based structure, I guess. It's certainly not a pyramid scheme. Pyramid schemes are illegal, and doTERRA has been audited by the government authorities to make sure that it's not a pyramid scheme. But it's like any other business. There are people at the top of the tree and there are people further down the tree, and everyone who joins at the bottom and can very quickly and easily climb up the tree if you like.
Excuse me, Darren.
Yep, you're right.
Can I just ask,
Yep.
What is the difference between this and a pyramid scheme? Because everyone that I try to share the oils with and give my testimonials about them and how I find them and how they've worked for me, they all go on about how expensive they are and it's a pyramid scheme. And I'm like, well, no, it's not.
Yep.
And they said, yes, it is. You start at the bottom and then you've got to get people, you know, to sign up under you and then get people to sign up under them. So that's a pyramid. And as I said to them, no, because at your work, you start at the bottom and you work your way up, don't you? You
Exactly.
don't stay at the bottom.
Exactly. Every organisation has a boss. They have workers underneath them. Every organisation in the world, if you look at the structure of that organisation, has someone at the top and people underneath them on multiple levels. So a pyramid scheme is, and I'm not 100% on the definition, but basically a pyramid scheme, everyone at the bottom cannot earn more money than the people at the top. That's how it works. doTERRA is certainly not like that. We've got people above us who are making much more money than the people above them. And we've got people below us who can potentially make more money than what we are making just by working hard. So the harder you work at this business, the more money you will make, and it will not necessarily flow to the people above you.
I'm just getting very discouraged because everyone I speak to, like, I have a nursing background as well, and I've done aged care nursing for over 20 years, and I've had to get out of it now, and I can't do it anymore because of my back, and I've just had 2 shoulder operations for the same shoulder. So none of the doctors will let me go back now. So that's why I got into this, apart from the oils, and I love the smells of them, and I'm not into putting chemicals and medication into my gut. I hate it.
Exactly.
But everyone I speak to is like, oh yeah, you know, I was meant to have a workshop this weekend, but the only person that is interested is my sister, and that's only because my brother-in-law has suffered with restless legs since he was a teenager. And it's getting worse now, and we want to try to do something to relieve the pain that he goes through with that. But everyone else is like, oh, you know, they're really expensive and I don't want to make a business out of it. You know, can I not just order the oils through you? And I'm like, well, no, because it'd be more beneficial for you to do it this way. But I don't know, I'm just getting very discouraged with it because everyone I speak to has some sort of negative twist on everything. And
I guess the best thing you can do is explain to them. I mean, there's no sense in hiding it. Yes, it's a multi-level marketing company, and it's been deliberately set up like that by the people from Doterra. And we went to an event last week run by Emily Wright, who is one of the 7 directors of the company from the US. Very nice lady, more than willing to share her experiences, very passionate lady, and she hates multi-level marketing companies. She said when they first set up Doterra, they looked at various different models and looked at multi-level marketing, and she sort of cringed when she did the presentation and said, oh, it's multi-level marketing, but it's the only way that these oils can be effectively gotten out into the community. If you put these oils on the shelf in Woolworths or at the health food shop or wherever you put them, you wouldn't sell very many of them because people need to be educated on what they are, how to use them. You know, you don't want to write a paragraph about each oil that people have to read in the shop before they go and buy it. So the best way to get these products out into the community is through people's networks. And those people have to talk to their networks and share their experiences with their friends to I guess get the product out there. So it's certainly not a pyramid scheme. It's just the way that Doterra has chosen to get their product out into the community.
And speak to the chief media.
And look, people will look at these little bottles and say, they're very expensive. I guess when we're doing workshops for people, try and avoid using negative terms like the word expensive. Yes, there are premium oils. You know, you can say that to people, but when you look at these bottles, there's something like 250 drops in each bottle, and you only need 1 drop at a time a lot of the time. So for the premium oils, you only need 1 drop. Yes, okay, for some of the cheaper oils, you might need a couple of drops in your diffuser or wherever you're going to be using them. But when you break it down to the cost per drop, it's certainly less than $1 every time you need to use it.
5 cents for citrus.
Like citrus oil, Jess is just saying, citrus oil is about 5 cents a drop. It's cheap. Yep. So you're not going to certainly use a whole bottle in a week, sometimes even in a month. Yeah.
And how long do the oils last?
Oh, look, it depends what you're using them for and where you're using them. You know, if you're diffusing them or you're putting them on your body or taking them internally, it's completely depends.
No, I mean, Darren, do they have an expiry date?
Oh, on the shelf?
Yeah.
About 2 years, I think Jess is telling me. Yeah, citrus is about 2 years, but everything else lasts for decades. I heard something recently that they'd found essential oils in the pyramids or in sarcophaguses in Egypt that was still good thousands of years. You know, they were put in there thousands of years ago.
Wow.
Yeah. So yeah,
Awesome.
they certainly last a long time.
Awesome. Thank you.
Okay. So when you start to share your oils, can everyone see the screen? Sorry, by the way. I hope so.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'll just go to my other screen as well. I guess you'll start by sharing an experience. So, you know, you might talk to your friends at work or your friends down the park or go to a barbecue with friends. And just start by, you know, talking to people about how you've used the oils. Ask them if they're open to trying something natural. You know, if they're interested, you know, it doesn't need to be a hard sell. The best way to sell this product or to get this product out there is to just tell people how you've used it, give them a smell, follow up with them, ask for permission to give them a sample. So a lot of people will look at it and they might smell it. Carry some samples around with you, give them a sample, get them to use it, tell them how to use it. So I guess that's why Doterra is a multi-level marketing company. You're giving them a sample and you're telling them how to use it. They don't have to read up how to use it. They don't have to Google it or anything like that. And then follow up with them in a couple of days' time and see how they've gone using it, what their experiences was like. As you get further through your Doterra business, you'll be inviting people to learn. So you'll be setting up workshops, getting larger groups of people into. Got a bit of background feed there. Oops, that's better. Yeah, so you'll be setting up workshops, talking to larger numbers of people. You might not necessarily want to do that, but you can certainly do that. You know, if you wanted to set up a workshop and you're not comfortable doing it, reach out to someone else, reach out to us. We're more than happy to come and run workshops for people and do that sort of thing. And don't forget to remind people to come as well. You know, if you set up workshops, everyone's busy these days, so you need to remind people to come along and go to your workshops. This presentation, we'll save it and send it out to everyone as well. So don't be concerned if you haven't read the whole screen. We can certainly send it out. And a lot of these slides have been taken from the Doterra Share Success guides anyway. So it's all available online. And I guess that's another beauty of Doterra. Everything is available to help everyone do whatever they want in their business. If you want to just share, or if you want to run workshops, or if you want to go gangbusters and build a business straight away, all the facilities and the tools that you need are available online. They're free. No one charges for them. We've got our own tools set up for certain things, ways of tracking people, keeping track of names of addresses of people that we've come across. More than happy to share those files with anyone who wants them. You know, everyone's here to help everyone else. It's such a good culture. And then I guess, you know, you also want to share the business opportunities with people as well. So don't feel like you want to sit in a corner and not tell anyone about this, because the more and more people that get out there and share these oils and start using the oils, the better it is for everyone. Not just thinking about, you know, how much money can you make by getting all these people into your team. It's all about just doing the right thing for people. So, you know, people are going to ask about multi-level marketing and why it's set up like that, what the business opportunities are. And we certainly encourage people just to go out there and let people know what the opportunity is. Okay, so you should aim to share anytime, anywhere. The first thing you want to do is take the time to understand what people's needs are and how the oils can help them. Sitting and listening to people rather than jumping straight into a sales pitch. Listening to people, what they want, is a fantastic way to get started. And I guess a lot of you have got accounts, you've got your own oils, you've had good experiences with oils doing certain things. What you want to do is share those experiences with the people that you're talking to. I guess from our perspective, as I said, we had oils in the house for a while. I didn't really know what they were. Just said, oh yeah, just use the doTERRA spray to spray on the bathroom sinks and that sort of thing. What sort of opened my eyes a bit was recently we were cleaning the shower one day, giving the shower a big clean up. We've got stainless steel taps in our shower, as most people would have, and they've got the calcium and lime stains all over the taps. Been there for years, probably the bathroom's about 5 years old. I'd scrubbed the bejesus out of these taps for ages and ages. I'd taken the taps apart one day and soaked them in pure Domestos one day to try and get the calcium and lime stains off. It didn't come off. I left them off the next day and soaked them in pure CLR, that, I don't know, chemical cocktail, whatever it is, that's supposed to remove that sort of stuff. I thought, well, that'll get rid of it. It didn't get rid of it. I tried to scrub it off without scratching the stainless steel, still wouldn't come off. And then about a month ago, Jess had some cleaning paste made up. And she said, oh, I'll try this on it. And I sort of looked at her and went, oh, yeah, sure. Those harsh chemicals that you buy from Bunnings aren't going to get it off. So why is this oily, homemade cleaning paste going to get it off? But I gave it a go. I wiped a bit of the cleaning paste on. We cleaned the rest of the shower, left it sit there for 10 or 15 minutes. And I wiped it off with a cloth, and I couldn't believe it. Most of the calcium and lime stains were gone from the tap. So there was a little bit left over there. I put some more cleaning paste on, left it there for another 5 minutes and wiped it off. And the taps now are as shiny as you would like they were just bought yesterday. So I don't know what's in these oils, but whatever it was, it certainly cleaned off what the harsh chemicals from Bunnings wouldn't get rid of.
What did you use?
Jess makes up a cleaning paste, so we'll post you the recipe for the cleaning paste. But it's one of those ones that we made last night online. Really simple to make. Takes about 5 minutes and probably costs about $1. So it's really cheap. So that's just one of our experiences. We've got multiple others, but that's the best thing that you can do is just tell people what you've done, how it's affected your life, and how it can change their life as well. And try and share naturally. Don't make it icky or horrible. No one wants that hard sell. No one wants someone that sort of hijacks the conversation and says, "Oh, I'm into these essential oils." Just try and bring it into normal conversation. A lot of people, Jess walks down the street and they say, "Oh, what's that smell? What's that scent you're wearing?" And she says, "Oh, it's essential oil this or essential oil that." And then, people just start asking questions, and that's your cue to just tell people naturally about what your experience was. The best thing you can do as well is let people experience the oils for themselves. So if you're walking down the street and someone says, "Oh, what's that perfume that you've got on?" and you magically have a bit of that in your sharing bag or in your handbag, you can give that to the person that you're talking to. They can try it for themselves, and when you do that, make sure you get their contact details. Don't just hand them a business card or let them know who you are. You want to know who they are as well so that you can follow up with them. So always carry samples all the time. You don't want to give people a large sample. You just want to give them enough for a positive experience. So it can be just a couple of mils.
6 to 8 drops.
6 to 8 drops. Sorry, Jess is telling me. Just enough for them to use it for about a week or whatever they're going to do, and then want some more. And then they need to be able to either come back to you and get some more, or you can contact them and let them know how they can get a hold of these oils. So carry samples all the time. Make sure you give people your contact details.
Send them back to the person.
Yep. So if person's already had some experience with essential oils, make sure you send them back to the person that they've been dealing with. So I guess the the culture within doTERRA is that we don't steal other people's contacts. Sorry, I just got a message popped up here to go away. Yeah, so if anyone's been talking to anyone else or their sister's given them some essential oils, more than happy for you to sample them or try and help them out. But if they do decide they want to join up and get their own oils, they should always go back to the person who introduced them. We've had that a couple of times. You know, people have come along to a workshop, really keen to join up. They want to join up in our team and they've said, oh, no, but I've got some oils from a friend of mine or something or other. We've always directed them back to that person. It's just the right thing to do. And those people are always very thankful and grateful for that. Oops. Well, with your samples as well, make sure when you're sampling people, give them a sample that's going to have an instant impact with them. So something like On Guard, Deep Blue, Breathe, Digest Then, lavender or peppermint. Something that's going to be really punchy and they're going to get an immediate benefit from. If it's something that they're going to need to use for months and months and months, obviously you're not going to give them months and months worth of supply to start with. They need to have that instant success with them to make them want to follow up further. Oops. Then as you get further into your doTERRA experience and start building your business, you're gonna find that you're gonna need to get out of your comfort zone a little bit. The best way to do that is JFDI. I don't know whether anyone's ever heard of JFDI, but it's just frigging do it. Don't sit on the couch and think, oh, what would happen if I did this? Or maybe I don't feel comfortable doing that. Just do it. Done, and there's another saying that's done now is better than done perfect later on. So, you know, if you're sitting thinking about a business card design and you're not sure about the flowers in the top right-hand corner, it doesn't really matter. As long as your contact details are on there, just order the business cards, you know. And that goes with anything else as well. You know, when we started with this business, we sat on the couch one night. We said, are we going to do this? And we said, yep, and basically started. And there's another saying there as well. If you can't, you must. If you must, then you can. If you can, you will. And if you will, you win. So if having a workshop's a barrier to anyone, you know, you're not comfortable with standing up in front of people, just have one. You're not going to wet your pants. You're not going to die standing in front of everyone. Just have a workshop. If you're not comfortable with it, get someone to come along and help you, one of your upline. Don't sit and think about it for weeks. You'll just get yourself all tied up in knots and nervous and it'll just never happen. So always think JFDI. As I said, make sure it's not sales driven. Basically with the oils, you've got this oil, which is a biscuit. And if people want the biscuit, they're going to come and buy it from you. If you tell them how good the biscuit tastes and how amazing it is and how it's changed your life, that's all you've got to do. Let them come back to you and ask them how they can get it. And then I guess all you need to do is have the knowledge and the information available to you to be able to to get those people signed up with their own account and using the oils to the best of their knowledge.
Did the little time thing come up?
Oh yeah, something popped up about the time. Yeah.
So I need to move it along.
Yep. You might have to remind people that you've got this biscuit. So, you know, you'll sample them, or maybe they'll come to a workshop and they won't join up straight away. They'll think about it. You've just got to keep following up with people, keep reminding them, oh, I'm still around, I'm still selling, I'm still a doTERRA wellness advocate. I've still got this biscuit out here. Do you want to come and get it or not? Good idea is to show people why they want the biscuit as well. So if you can do something like show them how to use it in cooking, in their cleaning, for their mood, for fragrance, or for health benefits. Little DIY workshops, certainly telling people how to use their oils is important. There's no good giving someone a bottle of peppermint and saying, righto, on your way. They're not going to use it. They're not going to know how to use it or how to get the best benefits out of it. You've got to give them the information that they need to go out and use it. You need to know the products that doTERRA's got available, but you don't need to be an expert. Actually, it's quite often better if you're not an expert. If you've got to look up a book to tell someone how to use an oil, or what oils is the best oil for a certain ailment, it makes you look human, and it makes people look at you and think, oh wow, she can sell essential oils or be a wellness advocate. I could do that as well. So it helps to build your little team. And here's a slide about the financial freedom that's available. The man that was hauling buckets and then he built the pipeline. And then the day he turned the tap on, that's when his financial freedom started. So there's certainly a good opportunity within doTERRA to make as much income as you like, or even just get free oils. It's completely up to you. No one's going to drive your business the direction that you want, except for you. And the only person that can make it happen is you. So you just got to work out where you're at. All of us are the same, I guess. I'm the same at the moment. I'm trading dollars for hours, working for hourly rate. You're limited on your time freedom, and you're always building someone else's dream. But if you want to get to the other side of the graph here and start building a pipeline, you can certainly build a true long-lasting residual income. The financial benefits within doTERRA are amazing, and you don't have to get there overnight. You can take a few years to build your business up, but you will get there. If you put the hours in and the effort in, you will certainly get there. So you've got to ask yourself, how many hours do you really realistically have to spend on your doTERRA business every week? Once you decide that you're going to make it happen, this is some, I guess, just to give you a bit of an idea of what sort of income you can make with doTERRA. So doTERRA has all these these levels, starting with Elite and Premier. Most people, if they decide to put in 3 to 5 hours a week, will get to Elite in 2 to 3 months, or Premier in 6 months. So what that means is you personally enroll a couple of people a month. It might be a couple of people from work, or someone you meet down the park, or your friends or your family. You just start sharing your oils. Once you reach those Elite or Premier levels, you can be looking at roughly $300 to $700 a month worth of income. So that to you might be just some free oils. If you're anything like Jess, I don't know what our oil bill is every month, but it's probably something like that. We've got oils all through the house everywhere. But if you don't need too many oils, you know, that $700 a month could certainly go a long way towards, you know, a night out every now and again, and supplementing your income. And then you can start to I guess, progress further as well by supplementing your income. Anything from $700 a month to $4,000 a month, that'd certainly supplement a lot of people's income. That's when you start to get into the levels of Elite, Silver and Gold. So to achieve these goals with these levels within doTERRA, it's not a secret on how to get there. If you have a look at the build guide, or if you come to our Business Builders Workshop next weekend in Wooleye, we're going to go into this in a little bit more detail, but it's spelled out quite easily and simply how you get to different levels. And it's just all about building your team and sharing with more people. So if you put in, say, 10 to 15 hours a week, you can expect to get to a lead in 1 to 2 months, silver in 6 to, excuse me, silver in 6 to 9 months. Now, Jess has just reached the level of silver, and we've been going since April. So what's that, 6, 7 months or something like that? Yeah, she's worked hard at it, but no harder than anyone else can work. I mean, we've still got 3 kids. Those kids need to be dropped off at school every day and run around, and the kids certainly haven't missed out. It just means spending a bit of time, a bit of that free time that you've got every day. Sorry, everyone. We ran out of time on Zoom. We're back in now. I don't know whether you can all hear me or see me, but I'll keep going anyway. Yeah, so we've reached silver in about 6 or 7 months, and we're certainly making an income very similar to what's on the screen there, something like about $2,000 a month, which is very nice. And it's going to basically, as you reach the next level in doTERRA, so when you go from silver to gold, your income doubles again. And it's all about just building your team. And what you'll find is as your team starts growing, it will just happen organically. So I remember one day sitting back and Jess said, oh, look, we've got 95 people in the team or something. And I said, oh, we'll have to have a little party when it hits 100. And then a couple of hours later or a day later or something, we looked at it and it was 105 people. And people in your team just start enrolling people themselves. And the team just keeps growing and growing. And I don't know how many people are in our team now, but it just grows every day. And we don't have to work hard at it to get those people to grow. You still have to work hard at your business to get those people to come along and keep pushing it along. But everyone else in your team also works hard and grows their little team as well. Okay. So I'll skip through this one. doTERRA is a pretty amazing company. They've got over 4.5 million customers. They've got a 65% retention rate. So once someone joins doTERRA or starts using doTERRA oils, 65% of them continue to do so. Most other multi-level marketing companies or any sort of company, I guess, typically have about a 20% retention rate. So doTERRA is pretty amazing. It's become a $1 billion company in 7 years, as you can see by the chart in the middle there. And at the moment, doTERRA is growing faster than Apple is. So that's just says it all. And I guess they're out there to change the world. doTERRA is creating partnerships with growers through their Healing Hands Foundation. You can read more about that online. So they don't just rape and pillage from the local farmers. They work with them and help the local farmers all around the world to source their product. How can you make it happen? Oops. So like I said, doTERRA is network marketing. Don't try and hide it. There's no sense in trying to hide it. We've talked about why the network marketing model, and people need education on how to use the product. And it's mainly about helping people. Sorry again. Just mute that. Yeah, so it's all about helping people. Oops. And it's all about your people in your network, contacting everyone and then managing your contacts as well. So as I said, write down your network contacts, all of them. Go through your phone, your email contacts, anywhere, family and friends, and think of ways to engage your network and expand your network. You can share through social groups that you're a part of, or you can join other social interest groups that might be interested. hang out near other social groups. So mums play at the park, down at the markets, at the library, anywhere where people hang out and might be interested in using or sharing doTERRA essential oils is a potential for you to expand your network. You might want to letterbox drop suburbs if you don't have a big network of friends, just to let people know what you're doing. You might run a workshop there next week in the park or at a venue. Just turn up, advertise it on Facebook, put a sign out at the park. It's amazing how people will find out about you and start to join your network. We started with doing workshops in a little town called Red Rock. There's about 200 people in the town. Put a sign out the front of the house, put a table out the front, and every day someone was coming in saying, asking questions, wanting workshops, and just continuing from there. So, you know, it's pretty amazing how you can reach out to people. You've got to back yourself and believe in your product. You'll get pushback, like Del was saying. You know, people will come out and say, oh, you know, this is just hippie, smelly stuff. But it does, it really works. And you should research how it works, or use your own proofs, and tell people how the oils have helped people. When you're running workshops, never assume what people can afford. Yes, some of the kits with doTERRA are a couple $100, but you should always give people the options. If you think about how much you spend on vitamins and other healthcare products that you can potentially not spend that money on and use essential oils, which are natural and so much better for your body, you'd be amazed at what people can afford. Always tell people what's available, why they need it, and how they can get it. So that's at your workshops or when you're sharing. Oops. But I guess the main way to get the product out there is to do workshops. You reach out to large numbers of people. As you do workshops and you get more and more proficient at them, you'll learn to book workshops from workshops. So, you know, you talk to people. It's amazing, you know, Jess runs workshops and then people just, at the end of the workshops are just gobsmacked and want to buy the product because it is such an amazing product. And then they want to tell their friends about it as well. So that's the best way to start building your team, is to book your workshops from workshops as well. Okay. So we can give you some tips on running workshops. We're certainly not experts, and there's plenty of other people online that will give you other tips as well. But you use all your tools that are available from doTERRA. Use the share guide, the bill guide, the live guide. Don't be afraid to ask for help. You'll get it from everywhere, but be resourceful and help yourself as much as possible as well. So try not to rely on your upline too much. Certainly reach out to them and ask questions if you need to. But try and find the answer yourself first. No need to have a website. We don't have a website yet. Websites are really difficult. Okay, you can build a website and get it out there, but it's very difficult to rank #1 on Google or even on the first page of Google. So why would you want to put yourself through the expense of having a website and having to pay for hosting and that sort of thing when you can just do this essentially through Facebook? You can set up a website later if you want to. Oh, excuse me. So Facebook is great, but it's a bit unreliable for workshops, we've found. You can put lots of helpful content on there. You can combine incentives on there as well. Try and book workshops from workshops, as I said. And agree to follow up with people. So when you share with people, you're going to get their contact details. They're also going to get your contact details, but always ask people, would you mind if I followed up with you in a couple of days to see how you went? Or can I ring you next week? That way it doesn't feel icky when you've got to ring them back and say, oh, how did you go with your oils? Have you used them? If they know that you're going to follow up with them, it's just so much more comfortable for everyone. You can use incentives to get people to your workshops if you want to. But you shouldn't use incentives that are going to cost you a lot of money. You can offer access to Facebook groups for support and information. You can offer free product that you buy and get points for. So if you buy some cheaper oils, like the citrus oils, for example, you can offer them as prizes or incentives to get people to your workshops. And when you buy those oils, you get points in your account, which helps you along the line as well. Always provide support for your team. So as your team starts to grow, they're going to come reaching out to you for support. So always provide that support. If they ask a question and you don't know the answer, you can always reach out to people above you. Everyone's out there to help everyone. So yeah, don't be afraid to reach out and ask for help or support your people that are asking for help. You should always encourage your team to get onto LRP, which is the Loyalty Rewards Program. It helps you, I guess, to build a stronger team, and it helps them to get the product of the month, free points, get their shipping back, and all that sort of stuff as well. If you want to find out more about LRP and how it benefits your team, we'll run through that in a bit more detail at the Business Builders Workshop next weekend in Wooleye as well. So if anyone's around the Wooleye area, which is near Grafton, we're running a free day at Wooleye next Sunday. So it's on Sunday at 9 o'clock for 3 hours. So we're going to run through this stuff that we're running through today, but in a lot more detail, and I guess extend further into a lot more information on building your team and building your doTERRA business. Oops, I lost my mouse here. Here it is. Always think outside the box for introducing your oils to people as well. There's a million different ways of introducing people to your oils. Reach out to your upline, as I just said. You can always consider working with others outside your team as well. There's some pros and cons for that, which we'll go into a bit more next weekend as well. But yeah, don't be afraid to work with other people. The only person that can make great happen is you. So no one else is going to hand this to you on a platter. If you want to build a business in doTERRA, you have to get in and do the hard work and make it happen yourself. So just remember that everyone's got a unique friend network. You want to tap into your network initially, but then you want to tap into the networks of other people as well to start building your team and sharing the oils with everyone. The market for doTERRA is massive. The market uptake at the moment has been very low. So I don't know what the percentage is, but it's probably 1 or 2% of people in Australia have got doTERRA essential oils in their home. But it's increasing at a large rate. As I said, doTERRA is growing faster than Apple at the moment. So as more and more wellness advocates get out there and share their experiences and share their oils, so too, more and more people are finding out about it, and the uptake is certainly increasing dramatically. So if you are thinking about building a doTERRA business, now's the time to jump in there and do it. As we said before, the hourly rate for conventional forms of income are pretty limited in progression and award. Yeah, okay, you can work for someone for the next 40 years and you might progress up the tree a little bit, but your pay is certainly not going to increase anything like what it can potentially do through doTERRA if you want to work at it and get into some of those higher ranks. And when I say higher ranks, we're talking about getting to diamond. We've got a goal to get to diamond by the end of next year, which is 18 months after we started. And a diamond income is 100,000 a year plus. And I guess once you get to that income, because you've got a team underneath you, that income is basically guaranteed to continue for the rest of your life. You do still have to work at it a little bit, but you certainly put the hard yards in early, and you'll be rewarded later on. Okay, so by sharing and growing your doTERRA business, you're out there changing lives, and as a bonus, you're creating yourself an income. So it's not all about sell, as I said. It's not all about making money. It's about sharing these oils with people, using more natural forms of healthcare, more natural cleaning products, cooking with oils as well, and just educating people on how to use them and why they need to get them into their lives. And as a bonus, you can create yourself an income and others in your team as well. So we've got people in our team who are certainly getting their oils for free. Sorry, I've just clicked off there. And also making an income at the same time, supplementing their income. So everyone benefits. Okay, I think that's all that I've got to run through for tonight. So if anyone's got any questions,